Steve Howie, summer signing Sylvain Distin and Darren Huckabee. The return of Gary Speed after ankle problems, the only change to the Newcastle side that hammered West Ham. Hugo Viana dropped to the bench. Kevin Keegan hoping City can make Main Road a fortress in this last ever season for a famous stadium. So Bobby Robson hoping his young side, containing 6 men under the age of 23, would stand up to the intimidating noise, not to mention the rain. Watching for us, Ian Crocker.
This is wonderful from City now. Jensen. Now Olivier Bernard. But quickly stepping in was Sun Ji-hai with time to deliver for Manchester City. Oh, no one could get a touch. And it slithered away from Anelka, and Huckabee are behind for a goal kick. But the City fans are loving what they're seeing at the moment. Davizas, Dyer. Actually it won't be, because Jensen stepped in, and now here's Marc-Vivien Foé, the Cameroon international, recruited from French football in the summer, but he has played in the Premiership before with West Ham, won the French title last season with Lyon, but forsake a crack at the Champions League to become part of the Manchester City experience. Huckabee, oh, given, didn't, and rescued Newcastle ultimately. Darren Huckabee is posing problems galore at the moment for the men in black and white. Newcastle trying to have a little spell, but Distin will send it away to Eyal Berkovic, who joined City after a disappointing time in Scotland with Celtic. Huckabee. He's got away from Bramble. Huckabee looking for the 1-2 with Benavia. Shea Gibbons smothers, but the touch from Benavia then was sheer bliss. Look at this from Benavia. Exquisite. In towards Anelka. Closely watched by the Northern Ireland international Aaron Hughes. Anelka, though, with some fancy footwork. He's managed to smuggle it through for Benavia, but Bernard is covering. Sun Ji-hai. What a cross! And Davizas had to take it away. Here's Jensen, though, ready to send it right back in there! And Marc-Vivien Foé squanders a glorious chance to put Manchester City in front. Jensen's delivery was enticing, an invitation for Foé to attack it. Here's Howie, former Newcastle man, spent a long time on Tyneside, born there. Sun Ji-hai. Now Anelka. Anelka's delivery is going to come all the way through to Jensen. Gibbons built it, and is it going to go in? Yes, it is, for Darren Huckabee. Well, it had been coming, and I suppose it had to be Huckabee. He's looked like a man with a point to prove today. Point proven. It's a deserved lead for Manchester City, who have taken the game to Newcastle. Jensen's shot had plenty of power on it. Into offside about Huckabee as the shot came in, but he was there to turn it in.
Last weekend, Fulham made the trip to Teesside for Middlesbrough's home debut this season, and Italian Massimo Macaroni was also taking his bow at the Riverside. Sylvain Legwinski scored twice against Bolton, making him the league's top scorer. Not bad for a holding midfielder. Commentary at the Riverside from Steve Banyard.
Macaroni is going in for it. Macaroni! What a way to mark your home debut! They won't be happy with the defending Fulham. A mistake by Melville. Macaroni pouncing. Sprightly again here with Greening. Into Macaroni! stopping him today. Macaroni made that header his. Driven in low, could go anywhere. Yes, it's in this time. It's Sean Davis. With an easy close-range finish, his second goal of the season, his first in the league. Can Fulham find an equaliser now? In comes Sahar. It's broken here, they might get it. It's in. What an amazing comeback. It's Sava. In the space of no more than 30 to 60 seconds, Jean Tigger's men have pulled it right out of the fire. And Facundo Sava has equalised for Fulham. Steve McLaren is
for two new faces. Phil Babb was making his home debut for Sunderland after signing from Sporting Lisbon. Also in the back line, former Liverpool defender Stephen Wright, who cost the Black Cats £3 million. Peter Reid welcomed his former bosses from Everton, hoping for more success than they'd had in last week's goalless draw at Blackburn. Just one change in the starting lineup, 21-year-old Kevin Kyle given his chance up front alongside Kevin Phillips. Phillips top scored with 13 goals last season compared to 18 the year before and 30 the year before that. Sunderland's growing dependence on one man is the main reason they're struggling. Everton, meantime, resisted the temptation to start again with 16-year-old Wayne Rooney, who was so impressive at Goodison last week. Instead, it was the experienced Kevin Campbell who gave Everton the lead. His first goal in the Barclaycard English Premier League for 11 months. How Peter Reid could do with someone else to convert Sunderland's chances. They've been linked with bids for Ida Gudjohnsen and Tor Andre Flo, amongst others. Their frustration was matched only by Richard Wright's relief when no goal was awarded here. Referee Rob Stiles had given offside. Wright even claimed he'd been put off by the linesman's flag. But you make your own minds up. Wright had been blamed last week for the 2 goals conceded against Tottenham. This week, his push on substitute Niall Quinn gave Sunderland a chance to equalise with a penalty. A good decision by the ref, as Wright was clearly at fault. Phillips to take. A fine recovery by Wright, who immediately went from 0 to hero. But could Everton now hang on to all 3 points? Sunderland continued to create the best chances. But sometimes the fates just seem to conspire against you. Niall Quinn unlucky to hit the post. Disenchanted fans know there may be troubled times ahead, unless the Sunderland boss can strengthen the front line before next weekend's transfer deadline. Fan base, and both will target a European place this campaign. Villa strengthened their squad this week with the capture of Mark Kinsella from Charlton. The Republic of Ireland midfielder went straight into the side after concluding a £1 million deal, although efforts to sign his international colleague Matt Holland from Ipswich were initially thwarted. All the more reason for homegrown Lee Hendry to try and cement his place in the team. Another Villa player also had particular reason to want to do well. Peter Crouch began his career at Tottenham, but was sold 2 years ago. Like many top-flight managers, Glenn Hoddle's been trying to recruit a new striker. Fernando Morientes and Hernan Crespo, 2 of the prominent names linked. But he did have 2 recent signings making their home debuts in the Barclaycard English Premier League. One was goal-scorer Jamie Redknapp. The other, free-kick taker and Slovenian international Milenko Achimovic. Redknapp could be such an asset if he can stay injury-free. This was one of 2 matches pitting 2 former England managers against each other. And in the second half, Graham Taylor threw on Juan Pablo Angel and Marcus Allback to try and pep up Villa's attack. Unfortunately for Villa, they found Casey Keller unbeatable. No points from 6.
Pretty solid, but they can't seem to score goals, and now they are trailing Terry Venables and Leeds United. Let's take a look at the highlights from half number 1. And hey, WBA had their chances. This one pushed right up the guts. Dobie with the push, the cross back in, a little bit of madness, but no one could get the final one in, as Andy Johnson pushed it wide of the near post. Chance for Leeds at the other end. Danny Mills, slightly deflected, hits the post square. Danny Mills knows he doesn't score goals all that often, would have liked one there. More from West Brom. Back it goes to the man from Granada, Jason Roberts, but he put it over the crossbar. Then the goal came. A good build-up here in the midfield. Look at that. Harry Kuehl snags it. And that one's just wide from Lee Boyer. The writing is on the wall, and here it comes. The ball across, one touch, near post. Lovely. You know, he's had a lot of injury problems. He's missed a lot of matches, but keep in mind, Harry Kuehl, still only 23, and you're not going to find too many midfielders.
Rude by some of his own fans last week. He's engulfed in adjuration. Crisp passing football, matched by a wonderful finish. This is why Gerard Houllier was so keen to take Lee Bowyer to Liverpool during the summer. The deal only fell through due to... And the team that conceded just 11 goals all season in the league here at the Hawthorns have conceded 3 in their opening fixture. And this was all down to human error. Phil Gilchrist, Bowyer had a look, and take your pick. Duca has his second goal of the season. It can be glorious to be in the Premiership. Who gets West Brom's first goal in the top flight since 1986. He will have hoped, and everybody inside the ground would have hoped, it would have been in more jubilant circumstances, but it is nevertheless a start to the season. On his home debut, Lee Marshall